Now let us start the next part of the gravitation, that is Earth's gravitational acceleration. The meaning of Earth's gravitational acceleration is very simple, that is the acceleration produced in the body by the gravitational force of the Earth is called as Earth's gravitational acceleration. Once again, I will repeat the meaning of the Earth's gravitational acceleration. What is Earth's gravitational acceleration? It is the acceleration produced in the body by the gravitational force of the Earth. Acceleration by the gravitational force of Earth, that is called as Earth's gravitational acceleration. So we have studied one problem based on this concept, that is Mahendra was attracted by the Earth with acceleration, and that acceleration is Earth's gravitational acceleration. In earlier class you have taken that G is 9.8 and in that Mahendra's problem it was 9.77 meter per second square. So see the definition of Earth's gravitational acceleration. The acceleration caused by the gravitational force due to Earth. The acceleration caused by the gravitational force due to Earth on the body is called Earth's gravitational acceleration, denoted by small g. This Earth's gravitational acceleration is denoted by small g. Earlier that capital G was universal gravitational constant. It was constant. This is not a constant. So that you will understand. It is the acceleration. Its unit is also different. It is denoted by small g. So Earth's gravitational acceleration is denoted by small g. It is equal to 9.77 meter per second square. And it depends only on mass of the planet and the radius of the planet. Means it depends upon mass and radius of the Earth. So how this g can be calculated? So for this g, here is one formula, that is capital Gm by r square. How we get this acceleration? You know very well the formula of gravitational force. What is the gravitational force formula? We have solved many problems on the gravitational force, that F equal to capital G m1 m2 by r square. So that is force. When force is divided by mass, you will get the acceleration. So this is also one type of acceleration. So acceleration equal to that force by the mass. When you divide by the mass, you will get one mass cancel. Hence the equation will be G into 1 of the mass divided by r square. Which mass get cancelled? Of that body of which you are going to calculate the acceleration. For example, if you are calculating the acceleration of Mahendra, then Mahendra's mass will be disappear from the force equation and there will be a other's mass which pulls the Mahendra, that is the mass of the Earth. So here the formula for G, small g, is capital G, capital M upon r square or d square. So variation in value of G. So how this G changes? Because it is not a constant. So first concept is along the surface of the Earth. Actually the shape of the Earth is not a perfect sphere. It is oblate spheroid shape like elliptical path. Because in early stages of the Earth was in molten stage. Earth attained the stability in its orbiting path due to its two motion. One is rotational motion and another one is revolving motion around the sun. So Earth having the two motion, one is spinning motion, that is rotational motion around its axis, and another one is a revolving motion around the sun, that is also said as circular motion around the sun. Due to such two motions, the shape of the Earth in molten state cannot remain as a perfect sphere. It become oblate spheroid. As it having the huge density, very large mass, it gets spread along the equator more, and hence the shape of the Earth become like this. It become flat at the poles and the bulging at equator. Hence the diameter at equator is greater than diameter across pole. Means radius at equator is more than radius at pole. Actually the radius at equator is nearly 21 kilometer more than radius at pole. Hence where the radius is more, as per the inverse square dependency in force, same is the concept in the acceleration. So where this radius is more, g value is less. So where this radius is more, along equator, radius is more, then g will be less at the equator. At the pole, the radius is less, hence the g will be more. Same is the concept. You will understand in this heading, the value of g is highest, that is 9.832 meter per second square at poles. Student, you have to remember these values and this sentence. These are important for your 1 mark question in the board exam. So value of acceleration due to gravity, that is Earth's gravitational acceleration, is highest at pole because the radius is minimum and it is 9.832 meter per second square. It decreases with decreasing latitude. Decreasing latitude. Latitude means it is the angle measured from equator towards pole. So it is decreasing means this angle decreases from pole toward the equator because it is measured from equator toward the pole. So these are the words you have studied in the geography also. So decreasing latitude and lowest 9.78 meter per second square at equator. So the g is lowest means minimum at equator, 9.78 meter per second square, and highest at pole, it is 9.832 meter per second square. Student, remember these values. At pole, g is 9.832 meter per second square, and at equator 9.78 meter per second square. At pole maximum and at equator minimum. Change with height means as the distance from the Earth's surface increases, so what happens? So as per that inverse square dependency relation, if the distance between the two masses increases, then force decreases. As force decreases, acceleration also decreases. So same is the concept while studying this kind of acceleration. As height increases, value of g decreases. So here it is written that the value of this Earth's gravitational acceleration decreases with increase in height from surface of the Earth. As the distance increases, force decreases means acceleration also decreases. Change with depth. So as the depth increases, then what happens? The distance decreases, but at the same time gravitational force is center to center, means it is considered between center of the one body to the center of another body, and as it is center to center distance, so we are considering the mass from that object up to the center that only exert a gravitational pull on the body. So as the depth increases, so that attracting mass which influences the gravitational force on that body also decreases, hence g decreases as we go deep inside the Earth. So acceleration due to gravity decreases with increase in the height, and also acceleration due to gravity decreases as we go deep inside the Earth. Why in case of height it decreases? As distance increases, force decreases, g decreases. In case of the depth, even though the distance decreases, that attracting mass also decreases. As attracting mass decreases, then g decreases because gravitational force is considered center to center. For example, if we considered any body at certain depth inside the Earth, so at that depth, whatever the remaining radius of the Earth, only that much portion of the Earth only exert a pull of that gravity on that body. Now we will see the next heading of this chapter, that is the difference between mass and weight. The question is distinguish between mass and weight. What is the difference between mass and weight? So first difference is the definition. Mass measures amount of matter present in the object. For example, we are purchasing the various things from the grocery shop that are expressed by the mass, and that is in kg. So the mass expresses, or mass is the amount of matter present in the object. So mass is amount of matter. For example, 1 kg quantity is more compared to the half kg. 5 kg is more compared to 1 kg. So as this 5 kg is more compared to 1 kg means 5 kg matter will be more in amount compared to 1 kg matter. So the mass is the amount of matter present in the object. What is weight? Weight is the gravitational force, or weight is the force with which earth attract the object. So this is the main difference between the mass and weight. Remember, once again I will repeat, mass is the quantity of matter present in the object, mass is the amount of matter present in the object, and the weight is the force with which earth attract the object. This is also called as a gravitational force. So weight is due to the force of gravity due to earth, or weight is the earth's gravitational force. So weight is the force with which earth attract the object. For example, the Mahendra was attracted by the earth by the force. That force is nothing but the weight of Mahendra. Now, what is the SI unit of mass? The SI unit of mass is kg. SI unit of weight is Newton. Why the SI unit of weight is Newton? Because weight is the force, and here mass is the quantity of matter that is measured in kg. So mass is measured in kg, that you know, and the force is measured in Newton. Mass is scalar quantity. What is meant by scalar quantity? The quantities which are completely described by magnitude alone, that are called as a scalar. Mass is a scalar quantity, and weight is a vector quantity. What is meant by vector quantity? Quantities which are completely expressed by magnitude as well as direction. So for their complete explanation, with magnitude, direction is also essential. Such quantities are called as a vector. So mass is scalar quantity, weight is vector quantity. The value of mass is same everywhere. So mass never changes from place to place. The value of mass is same everywhere. But weight of object changes from place to place. Why the weight of object changes from place to place? Since the acceleration due to gravity changes, as the gravitational force changes. As we have studied, the gravitational force is not same on the earth surface also, since the g changes. And in earlier standard also, you have used one formula for this weight, the weight equal to m into g. M is the mass of the body and g is the acceleration due to gravity. So weight of an object changes from place to place. Here value of mass is constant. It remains same, means the value of mass is constant, whereas value of weight, w equal to m into g. So here example of the mass is, for example, 75 kg, like the mass of Mahendra. And what is the weight? So weight equal to product of mass into acceleration due to gravity. This equation is also similar to force equal to mass into acceleration. But here acceleration is acceleration due to gravity. That is called as Earth's gravitational acceleration. Then this force is called as weight. Whenever acceleration equal to Earth's gravitational acceleration, that force is called as weight. Now let us see one problem. If a person weighs 750 Newton on Earth, how much would be his weight on the moon, given that the moon's mass is 1/81 of that of the Earth and its radius is 1/3.7 of that of Earth. So person's weight on the Earth is 750 Newton, and we have to calculate that person's weight on the surface of moon. So gravitational force no doubt differ on the moon and the Earth. Here, as this force differ means weight differ, but here mass of that person remains same, as we have studied in the difference between mass and weight. So what is the weight of that person on the Earth? That is 750 Newton. The ratio of mass of Earth to the mass of moon, it is given as 81, because Earth mass is larger compared to the mass of the moon. We will continue the same in the next session.